Feel it come around with the rhythm, it's a sound. Everybody get down when we give it to you.
Hello everyone and welcome to season 2 of the Irish Cycling Show. My name is John Dempsey.
And my name is Keith Colville.
They have us back, Keith.
They did. Somebody allowed us back.
Yeah.
I believe we control that decision, so that's a very good way to run a business.
It is, absolutely, Welcome back to everyone. We will be here for the cyclocross season. As always, the road season is just out of the way, as we like to call it, the cross preparation season.
Yes.
Cross season started a few weeks ago. We're a bit behind schedule because someone was away on his holidays with Cycling Ireland.
No, I was caught in a ferry for 4 weeks.
All right.
Yes.
I call it a holiday, Anyhow, round 1 of the national series was hosted by our friends in VC Glendale up in Belfast.
Yeah, good day, great track, great club. Belfast City Council gave them loads of support, which is worth to mention. And it was a cold, wet, miserable day, which is great cross weather.
Another weather update from Keith there.
Yes, you'll get more as the season goes on.
Brilliant. Can't wait for the weekly update.
Yes. So we'll start off with in the under-16s. James Armstrong and Caleb McGreevy battled hard, with James taking the win.
And in under 16 girls, Emer Hervernan won ahead of Dungarvan CC rider Amy Flavin, who made a big trip up from down south.
Yeah, I'm glad John took that name actually, because I was...
Flavin, is it?
No, not Flavin.
Amy. Oh, okay. I don't understand what you're saying.
Poor Emer, and I was practicing this beforehand, and I actually got the name wrong as well, so I said I'd be killed. Anyway.
In the women's race, Aaliyah Rafferty won ahead of Caoimhe May. Aaliyah has just moved up from underage ranks or youth ranks.
Yeah.
Great to see. Faith Robinson was first junior, so Faith is back on form again.
Yeah, and they're all kind of getting older, which I suppose is a natural process.
Happens to you, it's an annual thing.
Well, yeah, especially so. But it's great to see these riders staying in and moving up along the ranks. The main event.
Yeah, Darnell Moore got the win from Travis Harkness. Richie Barry was in third place there as well.
Yeah, actually, fair play to Richie for making the trip up as well. It's great to see. So we had so much on already. We had another trip up north.
Yeah, the Kinning Grand Prix was held in Belfast again the following week.
Yeah.
Another wet day, Keith, yeah?
It was
a weather report.
Awfully wet day. Dirty day. A dirty day, I think, is the way to describe it. But there's an interesting fact here. Race organiser Glenn Kinning was able to ride the race and actually took a very good result, John.
It's ridiculous. I don't know how great...
These race organisers are actually taking results.
He's using a motor or something like that. Anyhow, Travis Harkness bet the aforementioned Glenn.
Yeah.
And Darcy Harkness then won the women's event as well.
Yeah, the Harkness dynasty is remaining strong, which is absolutely amazing. We head back down south then, where we had literally biblical conditions. A certain Richie Barry said in all his time racing he's never seen as much waterfall.
Yes.
You were there.
I was there. Sliabh Luachra hosted round 1 of the Munster Cyclocross Series in Mill Street, in a great venue, the Mill Street County Park or Country Park or something like that. Fantastic venue. Now, despite the fact it was biblical rain, the course actually held up relatively well, apart from a few bits that were flooded. But
I do believe you mentioned yesterday there was a life buoy out on one of the...
Yes, yeah. In a crash in one section, your biggest risk was drowning, So, yes. But the race went off very well, all things considered. Poor Sean Rowe was down 2 lenses after it rained so much. I brought the camera there, didn't even consider taking it out.
No, I think GoFundMes need to be set up for poor photographers who are going out and standing in the rain for 14 hours.
Yeah.
But results, it came back to David Gaffney.
Yeah, great to see David Gaffney, another young rider, stepping up, winning the A race from Richie Barry, and Mark Flavin was in third place.
Good man, Mark. Our favourite rider, or one of our many favourite riders.
Yeah.
And then in the excellent, I'm going to mess up this name.
I'll take it. In the A race, ladies, women's race, open race, whatever we're calling it, Lisa Stablebrook got the win from Kate Murphy from Sliabh Luachra. Yeah. So great to see Lisa back. Lisa's living in Mallorca at the moment, back home for a few weeks. And
yeah, she's super strong. Happened to see her in the race we're going to talk about in a few minutes. But again, great to see would I call her a new rider?
No, a returning rider.
A returning rider, yes. It's great to see riders like that coming along.
Yeah.
Thank you to Sliabh Luachra and to Glen Kinning and to VC Glendale. And it's great to see.
Yeah, got the season off to a bang.
Yes, we have a news section. By all accounts, some riders may not be obeying the laws or may not know the laws.
Yes.
So we have a new section basically called Lads, You Can't Be Doing That.
Yes, you can't do that, lads. You can't be doing that.
Brought to you by Martin Grimley. and Anthony Keneally.
Yes.
Well, not actually brought to you by them, but our commissars have been sending us a few messages going.
Yeah, I think we're going to take it every week. We're going to talk to the bosses, and they're going to tell us, listen, lads, you can't be doing that. And we're going to get on G and say, basically, listen, lads, you can't be doing that. It's in the book.
Do that.
And yeah, what are the main things that, let's say, the boss man, Martin Grimley, is actually seeing?
Well, the main things at the start of the season are ages, because we're riding the 2024 season at the moment, so everyone gets a year older. Older riders now, M40s, M50s, you should know this. If you enter a race and you're 49, you're going to be an M50. So if Event Master does not pick up that on the system, please let the race organiser know.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you have to take responsibility. The race organiser does not know everyone's age.
Yeah.
But if the system gets it wrong, please let your race organiser know, because it only creates hassle. Same for the youth riders. I know it can be very disconcerting that you're a 10-year-old and you're riding in under 14 probably, or something like that, or under 12s.
Yeah.
But just to be aware of it and keep an eye on it,
Yeah, that's one of the things, but that's just learning. I think everybody can kind of get involved in that. One thing which you really should know is feeding.
Yes, there's no feeding during the race.
Not allowed. Ball counts in the pits, can you feed?
You can take a bottle in the pits.
Once your
It
foot
can
is
be on your
ground.
bike. Yeah, if you're switching bike, you can have a bottle on your bike. So basically, you can start with a bottle on your bike or a gel in your pocket.
But allegedly, an A rider happened to take a bottle outside, which is probably a big no-no.
Yeah.
But yeah, lads, you can't be doing that.
Can't be doing that. Another thing you really can't be doing is cutting the course to get to the pits. It's the bleeding course. You can't take shortcuts.
We got emails and it just says pits, pits, pits.
Yeah.
I need to learn the rules, and it appears that every other rider needs to learn the rules about pits. And of course, with mucky weather, dirty weather, we're all going to be visiting the pits at some stage.
Yeah.
So,
And if you go into the pits and your bike isn't there, your spare bike isn't ready, or your pit crew haven't noticed you, you have to get off your own bike. You have to hop off, run for a few seconds, hop back on your own bike. You cannot ride through the pit lane as a racing lane, because often it's in better condition than a racing lane. So that's a big one. People will get disqualified for it. Cross it hard enough without getting disqualified for something like that. You can't drop your bike on the ground either when you go into the pits. You have to hand it to someone. You can't just throw it in the way. Also in the pits now, you have to register if you're going to be a helper. You have to be over 18 years of age, have a cycling iron license. So register in advance at the race sign-on tent.
and I mean, I was guilty of this last year down in over the hill. Like, even though I'm at the back of the field, you still have to obey these rules. You can't just rock in and kind of go, sure, listen, my result doesn't matter. I think we have to treat the last rider the same as the first rider, and everybody has to be consistent. So no matter where you are on the field, it's a good practice, actually, throwing off your bike and getting onto another bike. So there's all sorts of things which can help you. But yes, the excuse of saying, sure, I'm not really coming at it isn't really excuse.
Yeah.
We need to obey the rules.
One other thing is just to set up of pits and layout of pits. The pits can never be wide enough. So keep them as wide as possible, race organisers. Don't have them after a bend or going into a bend. You have to be able to ride kind of relatively straight into it. You can't be turning and then straight into the pits. It just makes everything easier for the riders, especially getting on and off the bike. So keep them as wide as you can. Make them as big and as long as you can. And also yellow flags on the entrance and exit to the pit so people can clearly see where they are. Because sometimes when they're coming hard, you're just seeing heaps of barriers in front of you and it's a bit confusing,
Or when I'm wheezing and falling towards it.
That kind of thing.
Thanks very much to Francie Collins for looking after me last weekend.
So that is the first conclusion of our you can't be doing that, lad.
Yes.
Rules and regulations.
Yeah, we have more results. It is a results-packed show, but it's important to get them all out there. And the first round of the Ulster League took place in sunshine.
Oh, sunshine.
Yeah, a glorious day in St. Columba's Park in Derry. And we, actually Square Wheels have all the young athletes in the north at the moment. They appear to have a massive amount of them, which is fantastic. And some of the younger riders that were coming through are Leo Gallagher, Ruby Miller, the fantastically named Ciara McCool, along with Dara Quigley, Aoife Campbell. Square Wheels doing an amazing job. Keep it up.
Yeah, in the under 14s, Ewan Campbell got the win ahead of Rory McCool. What a name. While Aoife Craig took the win over Ava Baker with Clodagh Quigley in third place. Yeah,
under 16 boys, guess who it was? It was Curtis McKee, who took it from Caleb McGreevy, while Emer Heverin, yes, won comfortably, leaving Maeve McCool taking second. Sorry, it's
well
so
done,
silly.
Kate.
We should be editing this out, but I probably won't.
One hit. The B race was won by Ashton Moore. And the women's race was a bit of a cracker, with Aaliyah Rafferty pushed all the way by newcomer Emer Nichols. And in fact, Emer took the win. She's a strong triathlete coming over to cyclocross.
Basically, step away from the dark side. Everybody should be coming over to CX. It's a really good sport.
Absolutely.
Yes.
In the A race, Travis Hartness got the win again over Glenkinning yet again. So it just shows you he wasn't organising this race and he didn't win it. You know what's going on there.
It just shows that Glen is flying it coming into the start of the season, which is a bit frightening, a bit ominous for any of those in M40. He's still M40, isn't he?
Oh, he's only started M40. Young fella. Yes.
He's only a kid.
He's only a kid. Back to Leinster for the first time this season, or over to Leinster. Epic mountain bike club had the first round of the Leinster League last Saturday.
They did indeed. Excellent.
Go on, give us a weather report.
Oh, okay.
No, it was rain. It was flooding.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Panic.
Some amazing young athletes taking part were Aoife Killeen, Nathan Barker, Lily McDermott and Sean McElroy. Fantastic young people coming up along.
Yeah, in the under-14s, Katie Turner has made a successful start to her season. She won over Nisha Byrne and Ava Barker.
Yeah, familiar names there to us. While in the under-14 boys, it was Owen Davis who took the win over James Cunningham and Evan Byrne taking third. James is on for a battle.
Oh yeah, good.
Which is
good to
fab.
see. Under-16 boys was Fionn Killeen from Ryan Daly and Holly McCaffrey win over Rihanna Dolan in the under-16 girls.
So in the B race, we had the winner was Jamie Byrne, who took first place out of 450, as is the norm in Leinster. That's a good thing, by the way. It's not a slag.
Yeah.
And in the women's race,
great to see young rider progressing from the youth categories. Greta Lawless of Wark got the win over Quiva May and Stephanie Roach.
yeah, I think some of the women's racing this year is going to be some of the most competitive, which is fantastic. The A race was Joseph Mullen. Joseph started off very, very well. He won ahead of Ty Killeen and Robin Seymour, who happened to be seated, unknown Robin Seymour, who was seated at the back
a newcomer,
of the field. But Robin finished third because Robin is Robin.
Good man, Robin. Fermoy CC then hosted the second round of the Munster Cyclocross League last Saturday night. So we did an evening race.
We did, and my first race of the season, so I think everybody was delighted to see me back.
Absolutely, Keith. How'd you get on?
Oh, bad. So nothing has changed
No
there,
change there.
really. It was good to be back, actually, and I didn't suffer as much as I thought, so obviously I wasn't trying hard
We
enough.
weren't going hard enough.
You know, it's
Obviously,
as
like,
simple
you know.
as that, isn't it? If you're not crying, you're not trying, or something like that. That's weird.
Okay, yeah, all right. For another podcast, that are
But Eddie put on a great show down there. There are reports that it could be seen from the International Space Station with the amount of lights that actually Eddie had down there.
It wasn't really a carbon neutral race, I think. You know.
It was bright,
Fair
but
enough.
it was lovely. It was fantastic, and for me personally, it was great to get back racing and see everybody. But more importantly, the results.
Yes, in the under-14 boys, Eaton Reel from Sliabh Luachra got the win over Patrick O'Sullivan.
Yep, and in the under-14 girls, Isabel Gaffney won over Orla Mulhern. Sorry, Orla.
Under-16 boys, it was her big brother, Hugh Og Mulhern, who is a new member of Birchwood Peanut Circles.
Yes.
Got the win from Shane O'Brien of Fermoy.
Fermoy, which are here someplace as well. But anyway, we'll keep that going. And then on to another great rider who's progressing, and that's Mia Geary. She actually took the win from Sarah Gaffney in the under
16 girls. Well done. Over the hill proved they are not over the hill. Good pun. Did you write that?
I actually spent hours writing that.
Wow, amazing what you can find. So they proved they're not over the hill in the B race with Michael going and Tyrone Kennedy taking in 1-2.
Yeah, get up to the A, lads. More chances of me finishing up the bunch.
Yeah. In the Masters, Mark Flavin from Dungarvan got the M40 win. Don Lapierre, a new M50, got the win there. And all the M60s appeared to have passed away because none of them started. So Paul Burchell and Micheál Corkery, we'll check our RIP.ie later on.
Johnny McCabe, there's an opening for you to be the he's the All-Ireland M60 champion. So
already. Good point, Turkey. Good point.
Very, very well made. Juniors, Michael Collins does what Michael Collins does, and he went out and gave it hell and won over Ben O'Keefe, and that's Killarney and Newcastle West, respectively.
Well done. And in A race, Richie Barry turned the tables on David Gaffney from the previous week and got the win. Trevor Woods was third.
He was, yeah.
Yes,
it was a good battle because actually David went out like a rocket. Maybe that's, as you say, maybe that was the problem because cute Richie just picked his way through it and actually got David in the end. But that's going to be a good old battle.
Yeah. And in the women's race, Lisa Saperbrook repeated her win from round 1 over Kate Murphy of Sliabh Luachra in second.
Yeah, which is fantastic. Again, I know it's a results packed, but thank you to absolutely everybody for the first few weeks. We'll be given a lot more detailed.
Next week's show will be back to normal, whatever normal is. Yeah.
So next week's show upcoming
in Munster, where the real cyclocross happens. Carrick Wheelers are promoting their race in Clonmel, as always, in the Powerstown Racecourse, which is the venue for Cross Clonmel, which will be on the week after. So if you want to check out the course, come down. We've changed the course. Not going to tell you what's happened or changed, so you have to ride the Carrick race to find out.
I put up a video yesterday.
Delete that, will you? For God's sake, don't be giving away our secrets.
It is, and we say this every year, but it can't be bad as last year.
Shut up. Don't mention the weather.
Surely it can't be. Leinster, a race which again, I'd like to get up to. We were talking about this yesterday as well. Oldcastle.
Yeah, Oldcastle CC are hosting, I think, round 2 of the Leinster League.
Yeah.
And then up in Ulster, Cyclocross Northern Ireland are hosting the race in...
I think Florida Manor was a little bit boggy and wet. So fair play to Velo Cafe Magazine for stepping up and actually keeping that going, which is great.
And in other news, Cross Clonmel entries close on Sunday, so closes a lot earlier than a normal race. So this Sunday coming at midnight or 11 o'clock, entries will close. Please do not wait till the last day to enter. If you have a problem, you're done. There's no late entries. So please enter during the week if you can. Takes the strain off me as well to see that we're not going to go financially broke again.
but this is true, and we all do it, and Irish do it. They wait till the last minute to actually enter, and it gives organisers heart palpitations.
Absolutely.
If you fancy going for a race, go for it. I know we're under a lot of pressure, families and weather and X, Y and Z, but it really does help organisers to enter quickly. But yeah, loads of cyclocross coming up.
Absolutely. We will be back again next week with a more normal show.
Yes.
The usual YouTube thing, please like, subscribe, tell one person about the show, and we get the numbers out there and get people watching.
But it's good to be back.
Absolutely. See you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.